In the profound journey of life, guided by the unshakable wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and the heroic tales of Greek mythology, we embark on a path of self-discovery and transformation. This exploration is an invitation to reflect on the power of our choices and our ability to shape our existence through deep awareness and deliberate action. Greek mythology, with its wealth of stories, heroes, and goddesses, offers vivid examples of strength, wisdom, and courage that we can adopt as models for our personal development. Each mythological figure brings a unique essence and valuable lessons that we can apply in our daily lives. Through these ancient stories, we learn to navigate the challenges of modern life, finding balance and inner peace. In this journey, we will focus on 7 key aspects to silently eliminate from our lives, according to the teachings of Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism. These elements, which often hold us back, can be transformed into steps to ascend towards a fuller and more authentic life. This path requires reflection, authenticity, and the courage to let go of what no longer serves our well-being and growth. Prepare to face these Stoic lessons, letting Greek mythology illuminate our path. Remember that every step towards authenticity and well-being is a step towards a more fulfilled and meaningful life. Join me on this journey of transformation and personal growth, and together we will discover how to eliminate what prevents us from reaching our full potential. In the legend of Achilles, the great warrior of Greek epic, we find a powerful warning against the pursuit of fleeting glories. Achilles, despite being a formidable hero, ultimately teaches us the importance of recognizing and abandoning superficial and transient goals. This lesson is particularly relevant in the modern context, where we are often seduced by illusory goals that promise fame and success, but actually distract from our true purpose. Like Achilles, we too may face difficult choices, where we must decide whether to pursue short-term glory or dedicate ourselves to more authentic and enduring objectives. Stoicism, through the words of Marcus Aurelius, encourages us to reflect deeply on our intentions and true desires. It invites us to ask ourselves, will this path lead to a more fulfilled and meaningful life, or am I simply attracted by the glitter of fleeting glory? To avoid the trap of futile glories, we must cultivate a clear understanding of our priorities and values. It is essential to recognize when a goal is not in harmony with our true self, and to have the courage to let it go. This requires constant introspection and the honesty to admit when we are lost. Moreover, as Achilles teaches us, true greatness does not come from fame or recognition, but from the ability to live authentically and aligned with our deepest values. The most noble goal is a life lived with integrity and authenticity, a path that leads to lasting satisfaction and a significant impact on the world around us. The figure of Sisyphus in Greek mythology is a powerful symbol of vain effort and desperate perseverance. Condemned to push a boulder up a mountain, only to see it roll down each time, Sisyphus embodies the endless struggle against an unattainable goal. This image is emblematic for anyone facing tasks that seem eternally incomprehensible, or goals that recede just as they seem within reach. Stoicism, as Marcus Aurelius teaches us, urges us to recognize and accept the limits of human existence. Instead of wasting our energy in a futile attempt to reach the unreachable, we should focus on goals that are within our control. It encourages us to question the real feasibility of our goals and their congruence with our capabilities and resources. This lesson applies not only to our professional efforts or personal objectives, but also to our interpersonal relationships and life expectations. How often do we find ourselves chasing ideals of perfection, success, or recognition that ultimately prove empty or inaccessible? The challenge is to distinguish between what is genuinely achievable and what is an illusion. The invitation is therefore to reflect, to make conscious decisions, and to redirect our energy towards more realistic and satisfying goals. In this way, we can avoid the frustration and disillusionment that accompany the struggle against the impossible, finding satisfaction instead in achievable progress and the path of personal and spiritual growth. The story of Echo, the nymph who lost her voice for the love of Narcissus, offers us a powerful metaphor for the dangers of dependence on others' approval. Echo, reduced to repeating only the last words of others, symbolizes the loss of one's own identity and inner voice in the desperate attempt to gain love and acceptance. The lesson here is profound. We often shape our behaviors, decisions, and even our dreams based on what we think will please others, thus losing touch with our essence. This dependence can lead us to a cycle of dissatisfaction, where our self-esteem and sense of value are constantly questioned. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in the ability to be authentic and confident in our intrinsic value. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, we must find approval and contentment first and foremost in ourselves. This does not mean ignoring feedback or respect from others, but rather finding a balance where others' judgment does not become the main measure of our self-esteem. Learning to listen to and value our inner voice requires courage and practice. It also means accepting that we cannot please everyone, and that this is not only acceptable, but often necessary for our personal growth. Finding this inner freedom allows us to live with greater authenticity, satisfaction, and ultimately, a deeper connection with others, free from the chains of constant approval. Hercules, known for his 12 labors, embodies resilience and the ability to face and overcome adversity. Every challenge Hercules faced was both an obstacle and an opportunity to grow and demonstrate his strength and virtue. This archetype teaches us that life's difficulties, rather than being avoided, can be seen as opportunities to develop our resilience and character. Stoicism, reflected in the thoughts of Marcus Aurelius, emphasizes the perception of adversity. It is not the events themselves that determine our mood and reactions, but rather the way we interpret them. Embracing challenges as an integral part of our human experience allows us to face them with a more constructive and less reactive perspective. Instead of looking for excuses or justifications, we can choose to face difficulties with determination and courage, just like Hercules. This approach not only strengthens us personally, but often leads to greater understanding and empathy for others. Adversities thus become not only trials to overcome, but also bridges to greater wisdom and humanity. Adopting this mindset requires practice and awareness. It involves recognizing that, although we cannot always control external events, we have full control over how we respond to them. This realization frees us from victimization and guides us on a path of genuine self-realization and personal growth. The story of Arachne, the talented weaver transformed into a spider for her arrogance and for challenging the gods, serves as a warning against slander and excessive pride. Arachne, in her desire to demonstrate her superiority, ended up losing her humanity. This myth teaches us the importance of avoiding slander and cultivating humility, reminding us that excessive pride and contemptuous judgment can lead to negative consequences. In Stoicism, the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius guides us to speak kindly and avoid words that may hurt others. Slander not only harms the subject of our words, but also corrupts our character. When we speak ill of others, we create a toxic environment around us and drive away valuable people. It is crucial to exercise self-control and discretion in our communication. This does not mean avoiding constructive criticism or not expressing disagreement, but rather being careful about how and why we share our opinions. We should ask ourselves, are these words necessary? Do they bring something positive or constructive? Reflecting before speaking and choosing words that reflect respect and consideration for others not only improves our relationships, but also our inner well-being. Cultivating this art of positive communication is an essential step towards a more harmonious and satisfying life. The myth of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun with wax wings, teaches us the danger of maintaining unrealistic expectations. Icarus, blinded by ambition and euphoria, did not recognize his limits, leading to his disastrous fall. This story reminds us that, while it is important to have goals and aspirations, it is equally crucial to evaluate them realistically. Stoicism, through the reflections of Marcus Aurelius, invites us to balance our dreams with a practical understanding of reality. We must be aware of our capabilities and circumstances, avoiding the trap of unbridled idealism. Unrealistic expectations can lead to disappointments and failures, not because we are inadequate, but because we have aimed for goals not aligned with our reality. Balance is found in accepting our limits while striving to overcome them in a healthy and sustainable way. Instead of seeking the impossible, we must learn to value incremental progress and small successes, which together form the basis for real and lasting growth. The mythical Ulysses, protagonist of the Odyssey, teaches us the value of self-control in conflict situations. During his long journey, Ulysses faced numerous trials, always maintaining strategic calm. Instead of reacting impulsively or with anger, he used cunning and reflection to overcome challenges. This approach shows us the importance of maintaining calm and assessing situations clearly before acting. In Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the virtue of moderation and emotional control. Raising one's voice symbolizes a loss of control and balance, which can lead to hasty or harmful decisions. Learning to manage our emotional response in moments of tension not only helps us make wiser decisions, but also maintains healthier and more respectful relationships. Ulysses shows us that strength often does not reside in physical power or a loud voice, but in the ability to remain focused, composed, and strategic, even under pressure. This principle can be applied both in personal challenges and in professional ones, where the ability to remain calm and reflective can make the difference between a positive outcome and a negative one. Our journey through Stoic lessons, inspired by the heroic figures of Greek mythology, has guided us to a deeper understanding of how to live a more authentic and fulfilling life. We have learned the importance of recognizing and abandoning futile glories, facing challenges with resilience, finding value in ourselves rather than in others' approval, and managing our emotions wisely. As Marcus Aurelius taught us, and as the mythological heroes have shown, life is a continuous path of growth. Every challenge we encounter is an opportunity to develop our character and to come closer and closer to our true essence. I invite each of you to reflect on these lessons in your daily life. Ask yourself, how can I apply these teachings to improve myself and my relationships with others? Remember, change starts with you, and every step you take towards authenticity and well-being is a step towards a more satisfying and meaningful life. If this content has spoken to you, I invite you to leave a like, share the video with friends and family who could benefit from these teachings, and comment with your reflections or experiences. Subscribe to continue receiving content that inspires and enriches. Together, we can embark on this journey of self-development and personal discovery, building lives richer in meaning and satisfaction. Thank you for joining me on this journey of transformation.